Hello. Yeah. Apparently getting a little bit nervous today, which is good because it shows that you are important to me, and I like to be that session to run well. So let me ask you to take your phones and scan this QR code. Once you scan it, just give me like so that I know that we are here. And you are still welcome to come, people. We have 5 likes. I'm expecting to have more. And it's really, this session is about you. So you can, keep watching, but to get most out of the session, I encourage you to be active, to engage, to respond. So here is how it works. This is done with Mentimeter. It's an app when you have slides, and these slides are forwarding as I do it on the screen. They will also advance on your mobile phones. And some slides are just content, some slides are questions. And these questions can be anything from picking up a value from a pick list, giving a number, or providing a response, so then you need to type it. After you type it, don't forget to click the submit button, because otherwise it won't be recorded. If you miss a question, you can see something like on top of this picture. So that means that you need to click the button, go to the next slide, and then it moves you. You can go, come in, guys. And take your phones and scan the QR code. This is last chance to scan the QR code. After that, you will have to put the number. So you need to go to slide, to go to the current slide and be able to answer. Also, you have a button for asking questions, so you can do it throughout the session, and I will respond at the end if I have time. So the first question, let's see how it works. What city are you from? And it can be either the place you were born, or the place you were grown, or the place you are living now. So I see we have quite a lot of British cities. Let me see, we have Bratislava, we have Amsterdam. I'm just reading those smaller ones, and everyone is from London and Cambridge and Manchester, Oxford. Nice to see you here. Birmingham, Preston, Sydney. Welcome, Sydney. Who is from Sydney? Anyway, welcome. It was a long way, yes. So come on, guys. If you want to join, the session, you need to type this www.menti.com and provide the number that you see on top of the screen. This will be throughout the whole session, so you can join at any time. So we have people from Vilnius. Welcome, Lithuania. I'm from Poland, by the way, and this is Warsaw. Okay, so this is about me. I think the picture tells the 3 most important facts about me. So I love dogs. I love wearing t-shirts with my company logo, and I have one today. And I put also the red hoodie so that you can recognize me after the sessions. And I love Salesforce. And I also like to speaking on the conferences. This is my 3rd time being at London Calling, 1st time in person. And I'm really glad to see you here. So the story that I'm going to tell you about is a tale of one user story. Yes, and the user stories is something that we usually work with, and they are being used to pass the requirements from business stakeholders to the developers and also to testers. But the question is, do we all understand the user stories the same way? And what I'm trying to show you today is that there might be some traps, and you have to be careful about that. And by the way, this story comes from the project, so this is real life story. So here is the user story. It tells enable opportunity teams. Take some time to read it. And I can tell you that each and every word is important here. So basically the story is about creating and using opportunity teams. And we have two acceptance criteria here. So the first acceptance criteria basically says that I should be able to add users to my opportunity teams and give them a role, one of the from the list that's being put here. And the second acceptance criteria tells me that when I'm creating a new opportunity, I want to be assigned in the opportunity team as a member of the opportunity team. And this is not that stupid, because in that setup that we had, when the opportunity was created, it was being assigned automatically to the account owner. Yes, so I could create an opportunity and not be an owner of this opportunity. So the requirement is I should be a member of this opportunity, so I have access to it. So take some time to read it. And this is, by the way, how the opportunity team looks like, for those who don't know. So the first question is to you: do you understand this requirement, and how well you understand it? And do you know how you would like to do it, how you would like to deliver this requirement? And take some time, put the sliders, press submit button. And this is actually what we see here. So we see an average. Yes, this is this big blue dot. But the small dots shows the individual answers. Yes, so we see that, you know, it's not common. There are some people who understand it perfectly and they know how to do it. There are some people that are opposite, that don't know how to do it. Yes, so it's not that obvious with that user story. So if you think that you don't understand this user story, if you think you don't know how to do it, please just put some words. In your opinion, what is missing here? What could be done better? Also, if you said that you are perfectly good with understanding and you know how I would do it, if you think something is missing, something could be done better, please please put the answers here. And let me see. Personas could be more precise. Which users? Okay, so let me give you an answer to that. So CRM user was a persona in this project. So that was here. More description with users. What's the problem statement? What is needed? Yes, so that's probably the story description. Acceptance criteria 2 could have more details. Yes, automated or not, perfect question. What stage of the sales cycle? Well, I think it was answered when I'm creating the opportunity. So I would believe it's when I create the opportunity, I should immediately become the opportunity team member, but that's not that obvious from that user story. Acceptance criteria to any role unclear, yes. Oh. So we see that it could be some tweaks to that user story. Let's ask a question. What makes a good user story? So the answer to this is INVEST. And INVEST, it's abbreviations, or it comes from the first letters of the 6 features that the good user story should have. By the way, who is familiar, hands up, who is familiar with the INVEST model? Yeah, quite a few folks, yes. Thank you. So the I for independent. It should be possible to deliver a single user story without dependency on others. So my perfect example is, if I to build a car, as a driver, I would like to make turn left so that I can go left. And another user story, as a driver, I would like to turn right so that I can turn right. Yeah, doesn't make sense because these two are not independent. If I make a steering wheel for the turning left and somebody makes a handle for turning right, this will not work. Yes, these two stories are not independent. The second thing is it should be negotiable. So N for negotiable. And it's important that when you create a user story as a business analyst, you don't provide the solution. It should be a space for the developer to have some discussion about how this can be done. So describe the business needs, don't describe the solution. An example from my project is somebody went to a user story about accepting leads, and they said, I want to see a button assigned. And it doesn't work, because on the list there is a standard Salesforce capability where you see the button and it's called accept. So if you want to go with that exact naming of the user story, you would have to create your custom solution. So don't go into such a big details. Just make it more descriptive, more general. V for valuable. So the user story should deliver some value to users. If it doesn't deliver value, it's not a good user story. Why should we have that? E for estimable. So it should be possible to estimate the user story, because the sprint team needs to provide the effort, needs to plan for the capacity, so they should be able to estimate the complexity and the effort. S for small, and small doesn't need very small. You don't need to create very small user stories. Basically, small means like you should be able to deliver the story within one sprint. And it should be a balance. It can be too big, too general, but also creating very granular, very small user stories is also not a good idea. So you need to find the right balance. And T for testable. Testable. Yeah, the story needs to be, you need to be able to test and verify the user story. And this usually comes with the acceptance criteria. If you provide the acceptance criteria in a good manner, then it can be just taken by the test person, create the test scripts, and if you have the acceptance criteria met, then you can say the story has been delivered. And it works across the whole life cycle. So in the development, but also in the UAT, if your customer tells, or your business user tells that that feature is not working as expected, you refer to acceptance criteria, and it's like a tick, 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 tick. All criteria met, we delivered what we've been asked for. Yeah, and then if you want something different, it's a change request. If one of the acceptance criteria is not met, we didn't do a good job. So now, question to you. What do you think? How well does this story meet those 6 criteria? Is it independent? Is it negotiable? Does it provide value? Is it estimable? Can it be tested? I think it's small enough, but you may have different opinion. So just waiting for your answers. So how you should rate it, let me just show it. So for example, if we speak about independent, we see that we have only 3-4 answers. Come on, guys. Okay, so we see like 4-5 people don't think it's very independent, but 4 think it is. Yes, and some of you say that it's not negotiable, so it's too strict. Pretty good. You say it can be tested and verified. It doesn't come aligned with what you said, that the user role should be defined, because if it isn't, then it's not testable. But okay, I take it for granted, and let's come to the implementation of the user story. So the first thing is very easy. It's just enabling the opportunity teams. You go to setup, team selling, click the box, save it, done. So this is easy. But now we come to the second part of the requirement, where we want to make this automatic assignment, or maybe not automatic assignment, to the opportunity team members. And I like to you to meet our two heroes. We have Astro and Cody, and they will. They both have different opinions on that, and they will present their solutions. And it will be your job to tell which one made their job better. So let's start with Astro. You know Astro. Hey, hello, that's me. So Astro says, okay, it's pretty straightforward. There is a standard capability in Salesforce that's called default opportunity team. And I'm going to use it. So let's take a look how Astro fulfilled the requirement. So Astro says, when I'm the CRM user, all I need to do, I need to go to my user details. And these are here, by the way. That mouse is not working well on this setup. Maybe I just... So I go to user details. And then I need to scroll down to see my default opportunity team. And that's it. And so every user has to add themselves to the opportunity team. So because I'm Astro, I'm adding Astro. Yes, so everyone is adding themselves with read-write. And it should be any of those roles. So I'm the sales manager, so I'm adding the sales manager. But others can do other roles. And it needs to be that this box automatically add my default opportunity team to opportunity I created. So I need to tick it. It's ticked. Save it. And it should work. So if I now go to my app and I create this new opportunity team, which is here, new opportunity team, call it Astro, maybe select an account and save it. So if I go to my new opportunity that I created, I see that Astro has been added as the opportunity team member. So I did. Well, okay. But Cody has a different opinion. Oh, the hoodie. Cody has a different opinion, and Cody says, well, yeah, but every user has to go to the settings and enter this default opportunity team. So what if somebody doesn't do it? Yeah. And the story says it should be added. Yeah. So I think we should do it with flow. So here we go. It's Cody. So Cody goes to flows, and he created a very complicated flow called add current user to opportunity team. And it's simple. When you create an opportunity, no enter criteria. Just every time you create an opportunity, you just add myself to opportunity team member. And this is like create a record of the opportunity team member. And this is how it looks like. I'll make it better, bigger. Maybe it works. Yeah, so we have the default opportunity access will be added. The opportunity ID comes from the record when I create this new opportunity. The user is my user, so this is this user ID. And all I need to do is to say what team member role we are going to have. But you know, as the story says, it can be either. So I decided it will be like maybe account manager. So I done it. I need to activate my flow. Save. See if it works. Activate. And go and create a new opportunity. This one, as you can see, comes from yesterday. So I'm doing new opportunity, and the one is nobody in the opportunity team. So yesterday it didn't add Cody, and it will not add Cody because of what the Astro did, because Astro did it only for himself, yeah, or for themselves. And Cody is making this general for every user. So we have this new account, save it, and let's see, fingers crossed. Let's see this new opportunity. And yeah, Cody has been added to the opportunity team. Yeah, so it's done. So now the question to you. What do you think? Who has made their job better? Was it Astro or Cody? And just vote. And I want to see it. And as you can see, the opinions are different. Yeah. Some people say Cody. Some people say Astro. And I see today that majority thinks that Cody was better in this, which is, I'm delivering this for the second time. I had a dry run in my company, and the answers were a bit different. So every time I deliver this, it's a different story. So that's the next question. And again, what do you think? What the client had in mind? Which solution was expected by the client, by the person who wrote this acceptance criteria, who wrote this user story? Well, and we see that it's different. But basically, I don't know how to read it. But I believe that the orange stands for false, and the blue goes for yes. So you think that half-half, yeah, that the client wanted the Astro solution, and so the team, Cody team, hello, this is Cody team, shout out. Yeah, they were right, yeah, so, and the answer is that the client wanted the solution delivered by Astro. Yeah, so they were actually looking for something that goes out of the box without any flaws. Yeah, because it's there, it's in the system. So we should use it. So one more thing before we continue. Now that you know what the story is about, now that you know what was expected by the client, what do you think? How now you judge the user story? Is it good or bad? So take some time. So yes, just waiting for a couple of more answers. I think there should be still more. So basically what I can see here in comparing to the previous one, I think more like you think the story is not negotiable, but in general, you know, you keep your initial judgment, and this is okay. So the question is, and now if you can take some time and put on your phones, what are your takeaways? What are your learnings from today? So I wait until we have more answers. This Mentimeter behaves differently every time, by the way. So I never know how it will go. So we have quite a few answers, so let me show them up. Yes, so you say always ask more questions. Acceptance criteria needs to be clear, agree. You learned about the INVEST framework. Happy that I delivered something valuable today. Ask the client more questions, allow room for discussion. Let me see if I can scroll it up. We all work differently. The US story should have been discussed with the client to get the exact need. Yes, I agree. And it could be discussed during the sprint. They don't need to be discussed prior to the build phase. It can be discussed during the build phase. Yes, so it should be a room for negotiation. So we take the story and we have like different solutions in mind, and then we discuss with the client. So these are the two options. Which one you think? Which one you would like to see it? Yeah. Everyone has different ways of working. Yes. Consider the user first to deliver the best solution. This is the new user experience approach. I would say, staying a bit to this, we have still few more time. It might be questionable what's the best user experience, because with the Astro solution, everybody has to go to the setup and define the opportunity team for themselves, which you may say it's not a good user experience because it requires some work from users. But on the other hand, the user can select the role. Yes, so with Cody, I don't need to do anything, but I'm just automatically being added to the opportunity as the opportunity team member with some random role, and it might not work for me. Yeah, so it's still the balance. Yeah, it's not a good answer, which one is the better user experience. And these are the takeaways, and I'm really glad that you captured this on your own, so I don't need to repeat this. First of all, natural language is ambiguous. This is what I see on the projects when we have business analysts to define the user story, define the requirements, and we have developers who take them and build them. So you never describe the requirement exactly in the user story, because this is not a programming language. This is natural language, and it has some redundancy. And usually there is more than one way to do something. This is actually something I'm really crazy about. Yes, like you can do things in different ways, and neither is the only one. There are always pros and cons. So you need to speak to the client. Yes, we should never assume. We should ask, and don't do things on our eyes, because we are not the same. We are different. And that's actually one more thing that I wanted to tell you today, is that this is what I've seen, that sometimes developers take the user story and they say, this is what the client wants. I have to deliver it. And I say, yeah, but please ask, maybe there is another solution. Ask the client. No, it's in the user story. I have to deliver it like it is. It's not the way. And also, another observation from this fact, that sometimes I'm so keen about flows. Really, I would do everything with flows. I love process automation, and many of my colleagues do. Yeah, and we would like to make it like a fully automated system. This is the approach I see. But sometimes client doesn't need it. They don't want it. They want the solution as it comes. I was once on the project when the client told us, okay, we do it that way, but we want to do it the Salesforce way. We bought Salesforce to have to learn from the best. Yes, so we if something is being done in Salesforce, like out of the box, we want to use it. Yeah? We don't want to enforce our way of thinking. And then perfectly on time, I asked the organizers for either 20 minutes or 40 minutes slot. And I said, if you give me 40 minutes, I will tell more about user stories, and we will have more time for questions. But apparently you don't have any questions, which, you know, either you find this not interesting, or everything was so clear that we don't have questions. So having said that, when we finish, you can get your own copy of the presentation with all the answers. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. Don't ask me why. On some phones, you will see this finish button. On some phones, you don't. And I can't do anything with that, but we will be sharing this presentation with you. So when I click to the next slide and we have finished the presentation, you will see the button. Click on it, provide your email address, and you get your copy. If you don't, wait for the emails from the organizers. With having said that, thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Eden with Salesforce is a game changer, an easy-to-use financial package that provides advanced features that you simply can't get from Xero or QuickBooks. It's based on a simple truth that integrating your finance and CRM systems on Salesforce is efficient. All your data is in one place. There are no integrations. Dashboards deliver your reporting without complicated Excel spreadsheets. Native Salesforce automates the mundane. Implementation is quick in one VAT quarter, and minimal training is required. There are 3 versions: free forever, economy, and business class, which adds more sophisticated features and multi-companies. And it's all backed up with a 12-month, no argument, money-back guarantee. Thank you for listening.